Imagine running on a treadmill. You run, and run, and run, but you never move forward. That's what low-income life often feels like. You work all day, but the money disappears. Bills arrive faster than your salary, and somehow, you are back at zero again. Many people believe poor people are poor because they are lazy, but that is not what the data shows. The truth is more uncomfortable. Low income is often not just a moment. It is a loop, a system that quietly pulls people back. Again, and again, and again. Today, we are going to break down something called the poverty loop. Why it traps millions of people. Why hard work alone often does not escape it. And the small moves that actually break the cycle. By the end of this video, you will see poverty in a very different way. Act 1. Meet Ravi. Ravi is 24 years old. He works 9 hours a day, 6 days a week. He earns just enough to survive food, rent, electricity, bus fare, and that's it. Every month Ravi tells himself something. This month I will save money. But the month ends, and his bank balance says zero. So, what is happening? Low-income life often works like a bucket with holes. You pour water into the bucket, but the bucket keeps leaking. Rent is one hole. Transport is another. Medical bills are another. School fees are another. And before you know it, the bucket is empty again. Here is the dangerous part. Most people in this situation believe they simply need to work harder. But something else is happening behind the scenes. Something invisible. Low income does not only affect money, it also affects decisions. When people are under financial stress, their brain is constantly thinking about survival. Can I pay rent? Will I afford food? What if someone gets sick? This constant stress fills the mind. Experts call this the scarcity mindset. When the brain is full of survival problems, it becomes harder to plan for the future, harder to learn new things, harder to take risks. And that is where the loop begins. Act 2, the conflict. At the beginning of the month, everything feels hopeful. Salary arrives. Ravi smiles. He plans to save money this time. But slowly the bills start arriving. Rent, food, electricity, phone bill. The money slowly disappears. Then something unexpected happens. Ravi's mother gets sick. He has to visit the hospital. He has to buy medicine. Suddenly Ravi does not have enough money. So he does what millions of people do. He borrows money. Maybe from a friend. Maybe from family. Or sometimes from a loan app. The loan solves today's problem. But it quietly creates tomorrow's problem. Because next month Ravi has to repay that loan. With interest. Now, Ravi's expenses are bigger than his salary. And this is where the loop tightens. Work. Pay bills. Borrow money. Repay the loan. Repeat. Work. Pay bills. Borrow money. Repay the loan. Repeat. And the cycle never ends. Here is something many people do not realize. The poverty loop is not just about income. It is about lack of margin. Imagine two people. One earns $2,000 a month. Another earns $200. Both face a $50 emergency. For the first person, it is annoying. For the second person, it is a crisis. One small problem can break the entire system. That is why escaping low income is so difficult. Not impossible, but difficult. Because every step forward is one emergency away from collapse. But something interesting happens when one small thing changes. Act 3, turning point. One day Ravi meets someone named Meena. Meena grew up in the same neighborhood. She had the same struggles, the same low-income life. But today her situation is different. She is not rich, but she is stable. Ravi asks her one question. How did you escape? Meena smiles, because the answer surprises most people. It was not luck. It was not a miracle. And it was not working 18 hours a day. It was something much smaller. First, Meena created breathing room. Her first goal was not becoming rich. Her first goal was creating margin. She started saving small amounts of money, very small, even when it felt difficult. Because even a small emergency fund can stop the borrowing cycle. Once borrowing stops, the loop starts getting weaker. Second, Mina focused on increasing skills, not just working more hours. Many people try to escape poverty by working longer. But there is a limit. A day only has 24 hours. Instead, Mina started learning a new skill. Slowly. At night. Bit by bit. It took time. Months. Even years. But eventually that skill increased her income. Not dramatically. Just a little. But sometimes a small increase is enough to break the loop. Third, Mina protected the gains. When her income increased, she did not increase spending immediately. She protected the difference. That gap became savings. Those savings became stability. And stability created opportunity. This is how loops break. Not with giant leaps, but with small consistent changes. Final message. The poverty loop is real. It traps millions of hardworking people. Not because they are lazy, but because the system leaves no room for mistakes. Escaping the loop does not happen overnight. It happens step by step. Create breathing room. Increase your skills. Protect the gains. Small steps. Repeat it again and again. That is how the treadmill finally stops, and life slowly starts moving forward. If this video helped you understand the poverty loop, share it with someone who might need it, because sometimes understanding the trap is the first step to escaping it.